Hello, online technology staff. This is Kathy Long from the Center for Instructional Technology. I wanted to take a brief moment to talk to you about IvyLead and how to schedule statewide courses in the new portal. Specifically, I want to talk to you about ILRN 101, IvyLead Basics for Faculty, and how the regions or campuses will be taking over the delivery of that self-paced course starting the second week in August. I do have a section running on August 7th, and once you learn how to add these courses into the IvyLead portal, you're welcome to start delivering your own regional courses. So let's jump right in there and go into myivy.ivytech.edu. This is where we will find the training portal, or IvyLead, which replaces the old training portal. Once you get into My Ivy, you're going to click on the Employee tab and then the Employee Dashboard. And you'll see there's an icon located right here, kind of in the lower middle of the page, called IvyLead. This is where our faculty and staff will also go to register for training events across all of the state and, of course, in all of the regions and campuses. So when we click on IvyLead for the first time, it will bring up your menu and it'll recognize your role as a training authority and then also your own personal account. So right now, this is actually in my personal account. We want to go into the live trainings. There's a series of buttons across the left side of the page, and I'm going to click on live trainings. Now, because everything is searchable, that is an upcoming event, and there's everything that is listed here, we're going to go ahead and go statewide, just so we can narrow down that search just a little bit. Now, what we're going to be doing with ILRN 101, since it's a statewide certification course, as well as IVYC 110 SP, IL, and 112, is we will have this statewide, and then the title, and then live training, just as we've been told to do by Human Resources. And I know it seems a little strange to have this live training at the end of all of our sessions, but this is how they designate between a CBE or an online self-paced course that is generated through the bridge system and what we deliver from our campuses and through the online technology group. Okay. All right, so I've already created the statewide ILRN 101 IvyLead Basics for Faculty live training event. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build each individual session. Okay, and the naming convention needs to be consistent and the same across the board for every one of us. Okay, so please make sure that you're using the training conventions labeled for you. We will also be offering these statewide IvyLead standard naming conventions for all of the IvyLead training. So if you think back to the training portal, we had 3 levels of IvyLead training. Okay, so it'll be statewide, IvyLead 1, which is more basics, statewide IvyLead level 2, which is intermediate skills and activities, and then IvyLead level 3. So everything we do with the IvyLead training program will be under those 3 categories. The importance of using these standardized naming conventions is so we can run reports and we know what our faculty are doing, and we can do that from one location across the entire system versus just by individual region. Okay, so this gives us a better understanding if we are meeting our mission to support all of our faculty. Okay, with that said, I am in the live training section. I've entered in statewide as my search engine, and you'll see statewide ILRN 101 IvyLead Basics for Faculty live training. Okay, this is a policy required self-paced course delivered in IvyLead. Participants have 3 weeks to complete 4 modules that cover the basic navigation and functionality of IvyLead, the college's learning management system powered by Canvas. Now, the importance of this is that I think the most success that I've had while delivering the ILRN courses is, yes, there are 4 self-paced courses or self-paced modules in these courses, But if you limit it to 3 weeks, you can keep people on track and you can keep people moving through the course without it getting too unruly. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are keeping the same consistent 3 weeks to complete 4 self-paced modules. So this information here is not going to change. This is something that's standard. So we have a standard catalog of information for everyone. Now, to schedule a new training event, you're going to click the plus new live training. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's go back. My mistake. I clicked the wrong one. You need to click on the actual title of the course. I'm sorry for that mistake. It's getting late. Okay, and now you'll see we still have our description. And up here on the right-hand side, the nice thing about this is we can copy this link, and it takes you to the statewide ILRN Ivy Basics for Faculty Live Training area, but then it allows you to sign up for any one of the sessions. And the sessions are where you come in to play. But we can post this link, for example, in the Faculty Resource Center. We can send this out through an email, and we can promote that link so faculty can actually register fairly easily for these training events. So what we'll need to do, we'll go down here to add a session. Okay, so you'll see there's a couple sessions already added. This August 7th will be the last IvyLearn course or ILRN course that will be taught by the Center for Instructional Technology unless something changes. Okay, as a sample, I've already set up this next event. And then we'll show you how to build that. So students can currently, or excuse me, faculty participants can currently register for the course that starts Monday, August 7th or Monday, August 14th. The date should always remain fairly the same, 9 to 10, 8 to 9, whatever it is. Unfortunately, in the IvyLead platform, it does not allow for duration. So for us to have a course open for 3 weeks, it does not allow for you to go past 1 day. So it's a little awkward, but you want to make sure that you are filling in this information. So let's go ahead and see how you create this. Okay, so let's add a section or a session. Okay, and you are going to give it a date. So pick the date when you want your session to start. Let's go ahead and just stick with that 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, I've been using 100 for capacity on these courses. And then on the location, this is where you're going to be very specific about your particular course. Okay, so this is where I can put in my campus. Okay, so we're going to say Anderson. This is hosted in IvyLearn. Okay. And over here under Notes for Learners, this is where you want to make sure that you put your course ID or name. And the naming convention we're going to use is we're going to use your campus code. So Anderson is part of the East Central, so I believe that's F1 dash ILRN 101. The section, so it's OF1. The more sections you do, (01F), I'm sorry. Okay. So 02F, whatever your regional code is. Okay. It's delivered from the F1 region, and then 201730, because we're getting into the next term. The next note that you're going to put into is duration, 3 weeks. Once you've added in all of this information, you're going to click the Save button. And you'll notice that we've now added another section. Okay, so the Center for Instructional Technology has the location is online, hosted in IvyLearn. And in your case, you're going to say under location, your campus, Anderson, Muncie, Sellersburg, Lawrenceburg, Lafayette, whatever it may be, hosted in IvyLearn, because you want to make sure right up front that they know that they're logging into the IvyLearn platform. And you can add as many sessions as you would like. And again, what this allows us to do is it allows us to keep a nice, tidy record statewide of everyone who's completing the course. Now, you'll notice that I had a course that started just this past Monday, and it's disappeared from this page. So once this time frame has passed, so once it was past 10 o'clock in the morning, the course disappears from the actual registration page. I can go up here to export data, or I can also go up in here to learners. Okay, and I can also see who's all in the system. I can look at groups and attachments. Okay, so I want to actually export my enrollments if I want to run a report. Okay, so that's going to be chunking here as we go into trying to create this spreadsheet. So this is a rough overview about how you schedule those ILRN 101 courses. It's available for you to start doing that right now, but please remember to use that naming convention. Let's walk through that one more time. Okay, so we're going to be in live trainings. We can search for statewide or by campus. We're going to click the title of the course. Okay. And now we're going to add a session. You're going to give that session a date and a time. I recommend just using 8 to 9, whatever time frame you know, but I would try to be consistent. I'm going to do a capacity of 100. I'm going to name my campus. I'm going to put hosted in IvyLearn. And over here under the notes for learners, I'm going to put course ID. And this course ID is more for you. I want you, when you're creating these courses in the IvyLearn platform, to use this naming convention. Okay, so you're going to put your campus, ILRN 101, O2F, because we've already created an O1F. Okay, and this is F1, the term 201730, and then we save. And now when we go down here, you'll see that we also have a session hosted for Muncie, hosted in IvyLearn, and the dates are exactly the same. Okay. Again, just a quick, brief demo on how to add these courses, specifically ILRN 101, into the IvyLead system. This is where we're going to be directing all of our faculty participants to register from here on out. Okay. I will be offering another session, a webinar on how to moderate and how to teach ILRN 101. I'll be glad to share with you the tips that I've found and used and found helpful when moderating that course. It is a little bit of a time consuming because of the attempts that you need to reset. I'm usually touching that class at least once a day, sometimes more depending on the needs of the faculty member or the participant. Okay. All right, so more to come on those details. If you have any questions at all, you are welcome to contact me at any time. Again, I just stress to you, please use these naming conventions. Please follow these directions, not only for our record keeping, but also because HR asked us to have a standardized naming convention for our courses. I will try to put something together for you in writing, a little guide or something like that, but I know everyone is really anxious to keep this process going with the ILRN 101 courses, so I wanted to give this information out to you as soon as possible. Everyone, have a great evening. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you again soon.